Minister Goyal, the India-UK FTA was concluded last month. What are the next steps for implementation, and how soon can businesses in India expect to see tangible benefits?
The legal scrubbing is currently underway, and after we've formally signed the documents, India of course has a much shorter process, but UK has a much longer process to ratify it or approve it. Once the UK process is complete and we announce the agreement has entered into force, we'll start getting the benefits for both sides, business persons. However, I think the time is now right for businesses on both sides to start engaging with each other, start planning for the future, start building up collaborations, joint ventures, trading relationships, investment partnerships. So I think it's the time of the agreement that is absolutely appropriate for it to be propagated to businesses on both sides, so that it creates jobs, it creates business opportunities, both for UK and India.
And turning to the US, you've made repeat visits to Washington, where President Trump has called India a serial abuser of tariffs. Is that fair? Are you learning to adapt to a more mercantile United States?
Well, we don't comment on what other leaders say, but clearly India is a country that large parts of the world wants to do business with, and it's going to be the biggest opportunity over the next 20, 30 years in terms of economic growth, in terms of potential for business, and I think countries across the world are now looking up to work with India to develop friendly relations with India.
You have very high tariffs. According to WTO data, your average tariff is 12%. How do you justify such high?
I think these average tariffs are a misnomer. The real figure to be seen is the applied tariff. And the applied tariff in most cases is in a low single digit. So while the tariff for WTO purposes, they look at tariff on 12,000 lines. No countries trade with each other on 12,000 lines. Nobody has a finger in the pie for every product and every service in the world.
But is there scope to grow the lines of trade if you adjust those tariffs?
That's what happens when you do bilateral free trade agreements. Tariffs often are kept high to also safeguard against countries which have unfair trading practices, against countries which do predatory pricing, against countries where you don't get equal and fair